So while the continuing saga of Disney and Marvel trying to buy Fox, at least all of their entertainment assets for film and TV, keeps going, we are now hearing that the deal could actually be closed and there's some important stuff happening. Now, the other report is actually going to comment on Marvel Studios head honcho Kevin Feige. And of course, for those of you that don't know, Kevin Feige is the man that's in charge of everything over with the Marvel Cinematic Universe films, and is the man that was important in bringing Spider-Man into the MCU and also getting this giant Disney deal where Disney bought Marvel and let him run the ship for how these movies would go on to literally own Hollywood and be the biggest franchise of all time. So what they're saying is that Kevin Feige is eager to bring the X-Men into the Marvel Cinematic Universe and have control of those characters and villains post-Infinity War. So yeah, another great development on this. Honestly, this is coming from a report on Deadline who are saying this, and that's what their sources are telling them. So, you know, it stands to reason that, of course, this is a thing. I mean, when you look at Kevin Feige, when you look at his history and what he's done, what he's been involved with, and everything like that, you have to see that there's got to be some truth to this. I mean, just to make an example, he started on Blade, and it wasn't until X-Men 2 that he was actually co-producer on something. And it was Spider-Man 2 where he was like executive producer along with the Hulk and the Punisher and Daredevil he had a hand in, and the original X-Men. So this was actually his start. And if you guys remember, he loved the X-Men a lot. Like, he really cared about that and Spider-Man, and he was important to bringing those first two films of each franchise up to the forefront. And by the time those films were out, then he only started being a somewhat of a producer, not really being there all the time, because he was focusing on Iron Man and the executive stuff over at Marvel Studios that they were trying to get off the ground. So he was really instrumental in bringing everything to the forefront to what we know as the superhero genre today with those early films. And he even had good working relationships with these studios back then, and still does. So it's going to be rather interesting, but it sounds like we're probably going to get him spearheading this franchise, and it's probably going to be awesome.